Wanting to become a YouTuber for fun or for profit? Check out the amazing Blue Yeti microphone today. Affiliate link in the video description. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater, and San Diego Comic-Con, I did not get to go to the Warner Brothers panel for Hall H on Saturday. I was super upset about that. I waited out there until after 11 o'clock the night before, waiting to get wristbands. They had sold out because there was apparently counterfeit wristbands and line problems and all sorts of issues. And I didn't get to go to the Warner Brothers panel, which when it comes to Warner Brothers is generally okay because everything that they show them in the hall, they immediately hit publish on YouTube and it goes out there anyway. I was on the trolley going back down to Comic-Con a couple hours after the panel ended, and I'm watching all the trailers that had been up for a while and everyone had already lost their shit over anyway. So it ultimately doesn't matter. But one of the things that was noticed was, where was Nightwing in all of the DC lineup? They talked about Green Lantern Corps. They talked about, I think, Black Adam. Like they're pushing all these movies, but you figure as we're coming into what could, kind of, I think it's the 75th anniversary of Batman, or is it the 80th anniversary of Batman? Like, you figure they would be getting ready to kind of bring about Nightwing, especially that Gotham City Sirens and, the Batman are talked about. Where is Nightwing? People want to know. Well, it turns out we actually got an answer here because someone had the foresight to even ask the director, Chris McKay, about it. And Chris McKay, if you don't know, is actually the guy who directed the Lego Batman movie, which was excellent. So, I was curious to see that wasn't something that was prominent at Comic-Con itself. Now, this guy named Adam Lavak says here, has anyone asked Chris McKay why Nightwing wasn't featured at the DC slated SDCC? And then he says, I think you just did. I turned down films because they were backed into a release date that made it difficult to make a great film. And finishing up here by saying, this isn't going to be like that. I want this movie to blow you away. We need time to get it right. And that essentially is, I think that summarizes right there the DCEU in a nutshell. We need time to get it right. And that is essentially what's happening. If you look at, let's say, for example, Batman v Superman, right? They announced Batman v Superman in the summer in July of 2013. It didn't come out until almost 3 years later. And the reason for that is they wanted time to get it right. What unfortunately happened with that was you had a producer come in, someone exec at Warner Brothers, cut down the movie, cut out a half hour of it, and released the theatrical cut, which was not good by any stretch of the imagination. And that definitely led in to people kind of like going, oh, this was a rushed product. Then you look at Suicide Squad and you find out that it actually was a rushed product. They locked the release date down. They wanted this movie to come out, and they were definitely pushing it. David Ayer, who wrote the screenplay and directed the movie, only had 6 weeks to write a script. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, 6 weeks feels like a long time. It is. But when you're trying to write and you only write a couple pages at a time because you're trying to write the story and get the characters just right, it's an ensemble film. There's set pieces, there's action pieces, all of these things you're going to want to put in there. It takes a little bit of time, and usually scripts go through multiple revisions. There's roughly, I think the rough estimate's about 3 drafts of the script that are put together. And as we've seen from other superhero movies, especially look at Spider-Man Homecoming, there were 6 writers on that movie. There were 6 writers on Spider-Man Homecoming, and the script was good. But it took time to get there. And I guarantee you, it took those writers to help get it to that point, which is really kind of sad if you think about it, because it's really just kind of a riff on an old 1980s John Hughes, comedy. But still, I mean, you can see that what Chris McKay is saying here is that they very much are wanting to take the time to get this right. There's no, rush on the Batman. Matt Reeves is coming in. He's rewriting the script from scratch. Chris Terrio, Jeff Johns, and Ben Affleck's script for the Batman, which I'd love to read one day, has been shelved in order for Matt Reeves to come in and tell this story that he wants to tell. And they're going to wait until they get it right. They haven't locked in a release date yet. And Warner knows that now they have to wait. Now they have to wait for these movies to be done just right. Wonder Woman took a little bit longer, I think, than expected. There were, rumors of problems on set, but a lot of that had to do, I think, with Zack Snyder in the producing side of things. Patty Jenkins came in and knocked out of the park a wonderful film, and they're right now working on the sequel. But, yes, they have a release date for December of 2019, but it wasn't locked into a June 2019 release date. They gave themselves an extra 6 months in order to get it right. And that's going to really help out when it comes to not only, doing the reshoots, but making sure that the script is tight, making sure production is tight, the movie is shot well, and everything else. So they're giving themselves more breathing room by allowing it to take extra time. And that is only going to make for a better film. And at this point, because Marvel gives us so many movies per year and they're all, well, pretty damn good, I'm okay with DC taking its sweet time, because one day they'll hit that sweet spot. And if they don't do it by trying, and they're never going to get there, I should say. They're never going to get there by forcing it, by trying to beat Marvel at Marvel's game that Marvel invented and has perfected. And now I think they realize that after the success of Wonder Woman, after even the success of Suicide Squad and Batman v Superman, coming on the extended cut, they now know that they have to wait, they have to bide their time, and they have to do it right. And that's something that's a lesson, a harsh lesson that they've definitely learned. And I think this is what we're seeing the results from. Anyway, what do you guys think about this? Do you think DC will ever get it right? Do you think there ever could be a good Nightwing movie? Do you think DC should just let it go, focus on like not having a cinematic universe, but standalone films that aren't connected? These are things I'm curious about. Go ahead and let me know in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This has been $3 Theater. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day. Peace out.